Hey guys, Erin here with LaCkore Couture, and today we're going to be talking about the evolution of engagement rings. But before we do that, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and let's get right into it. I always find the history of jewelry and how things become the symbols and the trends that we see today. But engagement rings actually date back 3,000 years, and the first engagement ring that they have record of is from 1417. When I think back, like 1417, so this little symbol has been happening for thousands and thousands of years. And it's kind of cool and special to think of you being a part of like a bigger tradition than you ever even really thought of. When engagement rings were first introduced in ancient times, it was actually a symbol of the man owning the woman, which we all know how I feel about that. But it's symbolism and unity, that underlying message of two people being connected, is still the same message today. Obviously, women are not owned like they used to be, and our dads are not giving us away and making us someone's property anymore. Thank God. But it still has that same symbol and that unity of bringing two people together. Have you ever questioned, why do we have to wear it on our left ring finger? So I found this super interesting when we were researching for the blog. And back in Roman times, they said that this vein that was in your left ring finger actually went straight to your heart, symbolizing love and all of that. So that's where that tradition started, which I kind of found really, really interesting. Romans believed that if you wore your ring on that finger that led directly to your heart, that it would kind of like keep that love alive and, preserve that feeling of that unity and love, which I really think is super special when you really think about it. What once was a very simple gold or sterling silver band ended up, evolving over time as women and men learned about gemstones and found diamonds and things like that. Obviously, the flashier the better, especially on an engagement ring. And I think it's something really, really special how over time it has really evolved to adding gemstones, now diamond being like the real, kind of like the end all for engagement rings. Diamonds are what we all think of. And it's kind of interesting to think about that evolution, how it just started as a simple band to now having seeing celebrities with 10-carat diamonds. It's really crazy how the trend has changed. In the 1920s, really geometric angular diamonds like the emerald cut or the Asher cut were really, really popular because this was like the Art Deco period, and people really, really wanted that white gold, platinum, and kind of started heading towards that engagement ring that we all know and love today. In the 1930s, this is when everybody kind of stepped up their game and started adding like bigger and bigger gemstones or bigger and bigger diamonds on their settings. And also this was that period of time where bows and like ribbons and like all that like fancy decor was on a ring, and it's still really sought after, all the way up until today in 2022. It's a real telltale sign of that era. In the 1940s, after World War II, this is when the round diamond became very, very popular. And after the war, everybody was ready to buy jewelry again, and the jewelry industry started to really climb again. In the 1950s is when the pear-shaped diamond became super popular, which I really got excited when I saw this because I have a pear-shaped diamond, and it's just something super unique, super special. I don't see a lot of women with it, and that's why I connected with it. And so if you have like that little bit of a more unique style, the 1950s would have been your era. This is also a time where platinum and white gold started becoming like super, super popular. In the 1960s, Jackie Kennedy brought a totally new style to engagement rings, which included adding emeralds and colored gemstones to your pieces. She was known for her, emerald stones in her setting, and it totally started a new fashion trend. 1970s were all about the emerald cut diamonds, which honestly I love. It's kind of like that rectangle shape. It looks kind of like this. And this is also when women started doing like matching sets. So they made their engagement ring match their setting, which is what we all do today. Who would have thought that at some point that was not even a thing? So thank you to the 70s for giving us this trend. All right, now we're going to go into 1980s, which is one of my favorite decades because I was born in the 80s. In the 80s, one of the most popular engagement trends was actually a yellow gold band with a very simple, circular, beautiful solitaire diamond, which I feel like is still, it's just a timeless look. You can't go wrong with a simple band and a gorgeous, stunning solitaire diamond. So thank you, 80s, for bringing that trend in, and we're still seeing it today. So one of the most famous engagement rings of all time was from Prince Charles to Diana, and this ring was like, it went viral, crazy. Every woman wanted a ring like this after. Hers was 12 carats. Obviously, most women were not looking like that, but it was a beautiful oval shaped diamond, which was super unique in that time, and also had like sapphires, and it was just a total stunner. You could check it out right here. So all of these decades of gorgeous rings brings us to today, which is 2022, and literally the sky's the limit. If you have an idea in your mind, the more unique, the better. And what's amazing in jewelry, the technology has just 3D printing, like everything's insane. All you need is a sketch or a little idea, and these machines can literally make you whatever your heart desires, which is crazy. And you know, now it's like bigger the better, the crazier the better. So all of these trends, all these years have kind of like led us to where we are today. And honestly, thank goodness, because otherwise we wouldn't have these beautiful engagement rings that we rock every day. And if you want to check out my jewelry and other videos, make sure you check out the links in the descriptions below and help support my channel. And if you want to hear more about all things jewelry, fashion, LaCkore Couture, make sure you click one of those videos above me, and I'll see you in the next one.